ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूं कि विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगा।
Alright, so of course today was a big day for Uttar Pradesh, where Yogi Sarkar, or OP Yogi again as we are calling it, was sworn in. But what is the big message that one is to take away from the new Council of Ministers? That's where the big message, not just for Uttar Pradesh but overall for the BJP as a party going into 2024 goes. We have with us a panel who's going to help us understand, decode, and maybe also create a little bit of a flutter about the names that we have. We have Shantanu Gupta, Karan Verma and Abhishek Sudhir here. So let's look at some of the numbers. The cabinet ministers earlier, there were 23, now they are down to 18. MOS independent charge from 9 has gone up to 14, and when it comes to the ministers of state, from 21, even that has gone down to 20. So largely the message is that from being a minister, you would be an MOS independent charge. First thoughts on that?
I think that might be an arrangement to pull in a lot of new people, and we have seen while we are doing the show during the day, we have seen a lot of new first-time MLAs, second-time MLAs, being ministers, and a lot of heavyweights are being dropped. So I think it's almost a graduation. You become MOS, you become MOS independent, and then you get cabinet. Some of them might be graduated to cabinet maybe during this 5-year term.
So basically, you earn your.
You earn your merit, right? Modi earned his merit, Yogi earned his merit. So they let the ministers earn their own merit.
The interesting thing, Abhishek Sudhir, is that out of the 23 cabinet ministers, last time only 14 have found a repeat. How do you read that?
Well, obviously that is to combat anti-incumbency, right? I mean, Shrikant Sharma has not been made a minister. Dinesh Sharma has lost his position.
What if Shrikant Sharma has made the state president? Then
yeah,
what
so
is
one
it
of the
promotion according to you or a demotion?
There'll be one happy Sharma
Will
and
you eat your hat?
There'll be one happy Sharma and one unhappy Sharma. That's for sure. So let's see which Sharma is happy.
All right. So one happy Sharma, one unhappy Sharma. But do you think this is in order to get fresh blood?
Look, honestly, as somebody who leans towards the Samajwadi Party, what I would say, the glaring omission is just one Muslim minister. 19% of the population gets one minister. And I would like to speak directly to Mr. Owaisi. आके आपको हिस्सेदारी लेने थे ना यहाँ से.
But what is a Muslim minister? You are ministers for the state government. What is a Muslim minister?
Come on, you just said, like, look, a Rajbar community, Anil Rajbar has been accommodated. Every caste, every community has been accommodated. Mohsin Raza from Lucknow, Shia face prominent, done a fantastic job over the 5 years. But there's so many debates.
Wait, did you just say Mohsin Raza has done a fabulous job?
No, he's done a fabulous job as a pravakta of BJP. He has said, he has
as a pravakta.
As a pravakta. Okay. I will never concede that the BJP has done a good job.
Okay, great.
No, I just want to say about Mohsin Raza, he has been stripped of the ministry. Why? Make 2 Muslims. Now, why only one Muslim? ये क्या कोटा है कि एक ही मुसलमान को बनाएंगे हम minister?
Okay, that is an interesting point. If when it comes to representation, you have OBC, Brahmin, Thakur, then why only one Muslim?
My good friend Abhishek.
It's a 20% population in Uttar Pradesh. Why just one Muslim?
My good friend Abhishek is still stuck in the old world politics of caste. ये Muslim है, ये बनिया है, ये Brahman है. This was a mandate above castes, and he still doesn't get it. And it's high time the Samajwadi
you can't
Party.
be serious about that. Let's face it, when it came to making the Council of Ministers, you factored in non-Jatav Dalit, OBC, Kurmi, Kori, Patel, all those calculations.
I think there are considerations, but there is no quota that there has to be a Muslim face, there has to be this. There have been 21 people who have been dropped. So that is a huge number. 31 I think, in fact, fresh faces in the cabinet. So what that tells you is that perform or perish. Yes, caste and representation can be a factor, but it is not the de facto factor that this. You can't take your place for granted that just because you are a Shia leader or you are a Baniya leader, you will eventually find your place because there's no one else to fill in.
Can I just say, Jitin Prasada is, I don't know, why has Jitin Prasada been made a minister again? Dinesh Sharma was mayor of Lucknow. He's a Zamini Neta. He's a fantastic organizer. You award merit. What is Jitin Prasada's qualification? You're taking all this useless deadwood like RPN Singh and Jitin Prasada. Congress Mukt Bharat se Congress Yukt BJP ban rahe ho aap log.
How lovely. You know, considering that they were ministers, you didn't consider them deadwood at that time. You want to respond to that quickly?
I think let's not discredit any politicians of birth. I think he has been won Lok Sabha elections. He being, to my understanding, minister in the cabinet of UPA won twice. Absolutely. And then he lost elections. And I think he represents a constituency. He is MLC now. So I think just calling someone a deadwood, someone like Akhilesh who attended only 32% of parliament in the current parliament, you know, his attendance is 32%, less than Rahul Gandhi. Can someone have attendance less than Rahul Gandhi? And you're saying calling someone as deadwood? That's not for any politician.
Has a proven track record. It's not just because he was from Congress.
He's a dynasty that represents everything that's wrong about the Congress, and you take him into your party.
Okay, all right. So you know, let's take something positive away from this. At least we know that Mohsin Raza and Dinesh Sharma were fabulous people and fabulous ministers, and everything about them was fabulous. The moment they will get some organizational post in the BJP, again they will become terrible people with terrible managerial skills.
Hardworking people. You know.
I'm sure you do. You work so hard.
Why are you rewarding dynasty?
All right. Pretty rich considering, of course, Akhilesh Yadav has, you know, worked from the grassroots level up to become the president and chief minister.
He was not handed the party, Padmaja.
Sir, how many MPs
His
do you
own father
have
expelled him from the party.
From the Samajwadi party, and how many of them are from
Akhilesh
the Yadav family?
Okay, can I tell you? 2 Yadavs from the family were taken in. Hariom Yadav was given a ticket. Pramod Gupta, brother-in-law Mulayam was BJP, right? Aparna Yadav. You all had more Yadav family members than SP. Shivpal and Akhilesh were the only 2 Yadavs. You all had 3, we had 2.
We have not given cabinet birth to her.
Let's actually, who are the people who have been repeated? Of course, Keshav Prasad Maurya from the last ministry, Yogi Adityanath, Keshav Prasad Maurya, Surya Pratap Shahi, Suresh Khanna, Brijesh Pathak, Lakshmi Narayan Chaudhary, Nand Gopal Nandi, Bhupendra Chaudhary, Anil Rajbhar and Jitin Prasada. Out of these names repeated, one thing that does stand out is that the experienced people have been reaccommodated.
Exactly, like someone like Surya Pratap Shahi, Suresh Khanna, these are like 7, 8, 9 times MLAs, right? Some of them being member of parliaments, and now they're back in the Vidhan Sabha. Some new names also, like Nand Gopal Nandi came from outside and now doing good in the party. So I think you said it right in the starting. You earn your place if you perform, because see, Yogi is a very performing chief minister. He used to take his cabinet meetings for 2 hours, 3 hours. He understands how a minister is performing, how much hold a minister has on his or her ministry, right? So he has almost did a report card for every minister, and anyone he did not have a good equation with, working relationship, or someone who has not performed seems to be dropped.
So from the people who have been dropped, just a second, the people who have been dropped, Dinesh Sharma, we've already spoken about his. Saur Prasad Maurya is obviously gone. Satish Mahana, not there. Dara Singh Chauhan, he's gone. Ramapati Shastri, Jai Pratap Singh, he was the health minister, right? Shrikant Sharma, Rajendra Pratap Singh, Siddharth Nath Singh, Mukut Bihari Verma, Ashutosh Tandon, Mahendra Singh, Suresh Rana, again he lost, and Shriram Agnihotri. What are your thoughts, Karan Verma, on these names?
I think some of them could have been considered. I don't understand why Satish Mahana, for example, was dropped. He had been a performing minister, had won consecutive elections, had been a loyalist BJP person through and through. Shrikant Sharma has been in a bit of controversy, courtesy his inflammable statements at times. He had issues getting along with his team. By and large, I think it's his call. I think Yogi's call, and he has been very clear about it. You have to suit his vision, and you have to be in his roadmap. If you're falling there, well and good. If you're not, he is not allowing you to take your place for granted.
Also, Padmaja, we have to also see that 274 MLAs. There's some MLAs who are 3rd term, 4th term MLAs. I'm saying your team should do what is the term of each MLA. You have to accommodate everyone in the ministry. That's like the final ambition of someone, right? In politics, that you will be minister, chief minister tomorrow. So you have to accommodate. Some people have to be dropped out, and new people have to moved in. And also now 2024 election is coming, so you will see a lot of these faces may travel to the central organization of BJP, and a lot of may travel to the state unit also. And the state head position is now empty because Swatan Dev Singh has taken the oath as cabinet minister. So that's also one post is empty.
Very interesting induction is A.K. Sharma from the Gujarat cadre, IAS officer, dispatched by Prime Minister Modi to Varanasi because he was unhappy with Yogi's handling of the COVID pandemic. Are, come on, Shantanu, everybody knows.
Unhappy, you think if the Prime Minister was unhappy with Yogi, he would be sitting here with Yogi Adityanath and holding his hand and then putting his hand on his shoulder before the election.
Amit Shah made a big blunder.
Listen,
he said,
much as you have amazing interpretation of everything. If Mr. Modi wanted Yogi Adityanath gone, Yogi Adityanath would have.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying what has happened now is the fate of Narendra Modi and Yogi Adityanath is intertwined. I think you will accept accept that. If Yogi performs, it's good for Modi. If Yogi does not perform, it's bad for Modi. That is very clear.
So are you saying because he's come back for the second term, Mr. Modi will also come back in 2024?
I am absolutely not saying that. There are 2 years left. Give us tomorrow. By the way, none of you will do any programs on it tomorrow. But tomorrow, the Vidayak Dal of the Samajwadi Party will elect Akhilesh Yadav. He will become leader of the opposition. You always accuse him of being lazy. Zamini neta nahi hai.
Nobody said
No,
that.
London जा रहे शांतनु कहते हैं. अरे तुम्हारा propaganda मैं ही कर रहा हूँ.
32%.
London जाते हैं. Now he's become leader of the opposition. He's resigned from Azamgarh. Good move, Shantanu?
Yeah, it's a good move.
Good.
But finally, because it's a distance of from Vikramaditya Marg to Assembly, it's a 6-minute drive. I've checked on Google Map. Hopefully, he will do the distance.
We walk
because वो parliament नहीं जाते थे.
You're from Noida, we're in Lucknow, we walk.
because वो parliament नहीं जाते थे.
I think a constructive opposition would be good. Let's welcome that. If Akhilesh Yadav is ready to fight it out in UP and be the principal
We will be a
opposition.
constructive opposition. Will you be a destructive government? Bulldozer हर जगह चलाएगा क्या?
खत्म हो गया.
welcome
This is done. Now let's see if actually that presence is going to be felt inside the assembly as well. Let's have better attendance. Another important issue to mention here, if we take a look overall, 16 old faces and 36 new faces, 38 ministers from the earlier cabinet who have not found a position, and 2 MOS have now gone on to MOS independent. And in conclusion, if we just do an analysis of how the representation has been done, upper caste ministers are 18. What is very interesting is that the OBC ministers who from an OBC background are more than upper caste. So you have 19 OBC ministers, 13 coming from a scheduled caste background, 1 from a Muslim background, and 1 Sikh has been introduced. That's the total breakup of the 52 ministers in Yogi 2.0's council. It's only the beginning. We'll be keeping a close eye. All these gentlemen here will also help us scrutinize and analyze what happens over the next 5 years. For the time being, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me.